I ranked every YouTuber in the strongest Battlegrounds, and I ranked them from the best to the worst. And my goals today are to be as brutally honest as possible, and to also make it clear why I believe these people deserve the spot they're given. And before the video starts, be sure to join our Discord server. It'll be the first link in the description. And consider subscribing. You can always change your mind later. Starting us off today is Humbled. Humbled is a well-renowned member of the community, known for his recognizable avatar and his humbling videos, hence the name. His content can be pretty entertaining, but my only gripe would be that some of his content can feel repetitive, since some videos can be very similar to each other. He's also been doing some clickbait and recycling recently, which is unfortunate, because I'd put him higher otherwise. C tier. Next is Not a Bald Hero. Some of you may or may not know him, but he's one of the few YouTubers to hold a special in-game title. He's mostly a shorts YouTuber, but also uploads the occasional long form, kinda like me. His content tends to be entertaining, but the quality tends to fluctuate. Sometimes he makes pretty cool, higher quality edits. Other times it's just some gameplay with funk music in the background, but otherwise, a very solid YouTuber. B tier. Next is Azaz. He is an ex-strongest Battlegrounds shorts YouTuber, switching to Ink Game before stopping uploading completely. He's well known though, and had a large influence on the strongest Battlegrounds related shorts, both for his originality and unique style of content. This puts him at a well-deserved A tier. Unknown Oak is our next YouTuber. A lot of you will know him for his yapping videos. Pretty unique style of content for the strongest Battlegrounds, and can also be pretty funny too. While the format of his videos are always generally the same, the content is different, making him a solid B tier. Next, we have Vexility Gaming. You may or may not know him from his leaking videos, which have been gaining him a fair bit of popularity as of recently, because he's been milking them like crazy. While I personally think the content of his videos are fine, the quality of the video itself is generally lackluster. The editing feels slow and clunky at times, and the pacing of his videos just feels off, not to mention the occasional clickbaity thumbnail. Outside of the leaking and news-related content, I don't personally find his other videos very entertaining. D tier. Next we have Fumblet. You should all know who this is, but if you don't, he's famous for his enjoyable narrative gameplay content, as well as his funky avatar. Fumblet blew up around May of 2024, and since then has been growing steadily, and remained a prominent figure in the strongest Battlegrounds. S tier. Next up is Boomy. He was formerly the world's #1 Garo player, and already well known before starting YouTube, which helped his channel take off quickly. With that being said though, his content is very repetitive and often feels lifeless. His content style went on to influence several other large YouTubers who completely copied and milked it for some time. He does deserve some credit for originality though, since as far as I know, he was one of the first to make this kind of content. Low C tier. Number 8 on the list is Zohar. Zohar is known for his well-edited style of long-form content. In comparison to other channels that make similar content to Zohar, the players in his videos appear to be real, as he is getting what feels like genuine reactions out of these people. He doesn't upload very often though, which is my only real problem with his channel. If he uploaded more, I'd put him in the middle, but for now he sits at a comfortable low A tier. Next we have Rem-Kyo. You've probably seen some of his banning exploiter shorts, which were pretty popular about a year ago. Rem-Kyo is an in-game moderator for the strongest Battlegrounds, and has the power to ban people, so he used this power to create content on YouTube. He also made videos featuring unreleased content, as he was one of the few people to have access to it before the game updated. While the pacing is generally decent, I do feel the editing of his shorts could be quite a bit better. As of today though, he rarely uploads anymore, and the views of his more recent videos have tanked in comparison to his older videos. C tier. KTG Gaming. He's a pretty big YouTuber known for his upbeat personality and gameplay-oriented content. He often likes to test bugs, glitches, and other Battlegrounds games. He has quite a simple and clean editing style, making his videos easy to follow along to and understand well. However, I do feel some of his videos are better than others, and I also find his intro quite annoying. It's just the same audio clip every single video, and it's quite obnoxious to be honest. I feel like he could at least make it a little different each time. B tier! At number 11 we have Settings. You may not have heard of Settings, probably because he's the smallest YouTuber on this list. He's good friends with Humbled, and has been featured in some of his videos. As for his content though, I don't think there's much to say. The quality is mediocre, and the editing is minimal. I do think it's something that can be easily improved though, given he puts a little more effort into his videos. For now though, he's going into high D tier. Up next is Lord Heaven. Lord Heaven is probably one of the most famous people in all of the strongest Battlegrounds. He's been consistently making content on the game for well over 2 years, one of the longest of any creator in the community. He's well respected for his skill and knowledge of the game, and is consistent in both short-form and long-form videos. However, I do think that his videos feel very repetitive. There really isn't much going on when you watch them. It's basically just gameplay and a bit of commentary. His main issue is that his content is just boring. C tier. Next is Yoked Roblox. He was a prominent shorts creator who was known for his high-quality editing. You might know him from this video, or his recognizable avatar. He had a pretty large influence on TSB shorts. I think I can actually confirm this because I'm still getting these Gary spammer-ass comments like a year after he made this video. In my comments, by the way. He also hasn't uploaded in like 4 months. All in all, though, I'll give him a solid A tier. At 14, we have Flores. Flores is a very well-known strongest Battlegrounds creator. He used to be a popular shorts creator who also dabbled in long-form occasionally. The content he made short-form was very similar to creators like Boomy, Mitchski, Yuxuan, and some others. Or in other words, basic and lazy. He's just another jump on the bandwagon, do whatever's popular YouTuber. And for his long-form, he also tends to extend his long-form to the 8-minute mark with unnecessary gameplay, just so he can place more adverts. Like, I can understand wanting to earn as much as possible, but this is just doing too much. Even his own comment section complains about it. D tier. Next up is Mango Pool, a large and well-known influencer being one of the 3 in the Goober Gang. The content he makes is questionable. Me, personally, I wouldn't choose to watch whatever this is, but I do think he has the capacity to be entertaining, though I suppose I'm not exactly the target audience. With that being said, though, I think his editing is decent. While I'm not personally a fan of the loud, shouty YouTubers, his fans like him for who he is, and that's the important part. Just not my cup of tea, though. C tier. Next, we have the man with the weird name. Aaron was not insanely popular like some of the other people on this list, but he was a fairly well-known YouTuber for the strongest Battlegrounds. You might know him from some of these videos. He was fairly influential with his long-form content, known for his high-quality editing, storytelling, and informative videos. He stopped producing TSB content a while back, which as far as I know is because he just ran out of ideas. I personally don't think his newer content hits the same as his older content. I think it's still solid though, and I do find them fairly entertaining, just not as entertaining as his older videos. I also think that his new profile picture and banner are way worse than what he had before. It just makes it look very callow in my opinion. Like this was his old profile picture, and it made his channel look 10 times better and more appealing. Back in his prime, he would have been an easy A tier, but I think with his current content, he sits at B tier today. Next is Nate Zoe, a well-known short-form content creator who also dabbles in long-form. I think Nate Zoe makes some of the most original content in the community. He makes mostly skits, but they're always quite creative and often entertaining. His editing is simple and clean, and his videos seem to have quite a bit of passion in them sometimes. A tier. Next is Hitana. He moved on from TSB a long time ago, so most of you probably won't remember who he is. He was known for his good editing and was basically a Deadfish 2.0, who, by the way, I'm not including on this list because he doesn't upload anymore, like, at all. Anyway, with Hitana, similar to Aaron, he switched games a while back and had a bit of a drop in views for a while. I think his content is quite entertaining, although he has switched from his faster-paced style of editing to more gameplay and narrating. In his prime, he would have been A tier, but I think today he sits at mid-B tier. Next is Mitchski, quite a popular shorts creator. He makes very obviously staged videos and milks the absolute hell out of them. Some of them can be quite entertaining, to be fair to him, but there's a large amount of them which just aren't that good. Some of his videos are quite well made, while others just feel unoriginal and mass-produced. Unlike some of the other YouTubers similar to him, I think his videos can be a little funny sometimes. Fun fact about Mitchski, his favorite word is toxic, appearing in over half of the videos he's posted. C tier. Next is the Holy Grail. If you know who this is, you'll all probably have the same opinion on him. He's a goat. Easy S tier. Next is Kraz. Not that well known in the community, but he's had his fair share of popular TSB shorts. You might know him from those Come On Jump videos. He posted probably about 50 of them at the time it was trending.
Come on, jump. I said jump.
I think the quality of his content is mediocre, and I don't find his videos very entertaining. He's one of those YouTubers who jumps on the bandwagon for anything even remotely popular and absolutely milks it dry. I think this picture sums it up. While playing popular games is fine, I'm not a fan of the slop content that comes with it, like these bum-ass skull edits that he made. D tier. Next is Eufio. He was a popular TSB YouTuber before moving on to 99 Nights in the Forest under the alias Dino Bro. Yes, these are the same person. He would make fairly decent quality Sigma skits. They could be pretty entertaining, but I wasn't a fan of how shiny his videos were. I think they'd look better without shaders. His biggest problem was the Robux scam he used to put at the end of his videos. Luckily, with his 99 Nights content, he hasn't done that at all. But it was a bit of a problem with his TSB content. If it wasn't for that Robux scam, he'd be B tier. But overall, for his channel, I'll put him at a C. Next up, we have Deathgun. He was a well-known shorts creator for his edits. I think his edit-style content was unique and well-made, and I personally found them appealing. But outside of edit content, it seems his content doesn't perform as well, which is a shame, because he's quite good at editing. Back in the day, he would have been a high B tier, but as of today, he's getting a high C, because I just don't think his videos hit the same as they used to. Next, we have Stud. Stud is a well-known creator and member of the community, amassing the most subscribers of anyone here. He's the second member of the Goober Gang, and is known for his very recognizable avatar, and generally upbeat, but also slightly over-the-top personality. I think his content is edited quite nicely and paced quite well, and he can be pretty entertaining. What I don't like is that he has a tendency to clickbait sometimes. Like this, and these. They're just not real. With a platform as large as his, I don't see why he has the need to clickbait his viewers. Granted, he doesn't do it all the time, but it happens more often than it should. C tier. Next is Anxiety. Anxiety is a YouTuber who's been on the rise recently, becoming quite popular on YouTube Shorts and amassing a decent following. What I like about Anxiety's content is that they all seem to be just clips of them playing in public servers, giving it a real and genuine feel to the videos. While I have no idea if any of them are real or fake, they give off a pretty good vibe, and nobody seems to be calling them out, which likely means the videos are real. I also think their editing is quite nice. Obviously, editing quality can always be improved, but in Anxiety's case, I don't think there's a need for that. Sometimes content works without having high-quality editing or insane animations. Anxiety's videos work for what they are, which is just raw clips with a bit of direction added to them. A tier. Next is Valekis, pretty popular YouTuber known for his short and long-form content. I think his content in general is just decent. Editing is solid all around, and so is entertainment. I'm not a fan of the occasional clickbait though, but he doesn't do it very often. B tier. At number 27 is Yuxuan. Yuxuan is a decently popular shorts creator who has recently started to dabble in long form. But I'm gonna be real though, his content is just bad. He just copies and recycles other people's shorts into low-effort versions just to get a couple of views. Yuxuan is also Humbled's second channel, if it wasn't already obvious enough. This was confirmed by settings. Regardless, I don't find Yuxuan's content very entertaining. He's going straight into F tier. Next is Supplies, a small YouTuber who started to gain a little popularity very recently. He makes decently edited shorts and some long-form videos. His content is very varied though. Some of his videos are solid, other videos are kinda mid. He has potential, but today he's a solid C tier. Number 29 on the list. X-Demon, the third member of the Goober Gang. X-Demon is a notable figure in the strongest Battlegrounds community. His content is honestly just the same as Mango and Stud, so I don't think I need to say much here. His content is decent, editing is decent, just not something I'd personally choose to watch. C tier. And finally, we have Andy, a decently popular shorts creator, known for his duo combos and his Saving the Huzz videos, as of recently. I think the quality of his shorts are decent. There's nothing really special about them. They work for what they are, either being an informative video or a skit. I want to say his editing is decent too in some of his videos. My only note is that he milks the absolute hell out of trends. There's probably been about 8 Saving the Huzz videos in the span of 2 or 3 weeks. He's done this with some other trends quite a lot too. It gives it a bit of a mass-produced and low-quality vibe. Overall though, his content can be entertaining, but I feel his channel is brought down a bit through how much he milks trends. C tier. Also, let's not forget yours truly. Obviously straight into S tier. I'm just that goated, I guess. If you want to use this tier list as well, I'll leave a link for it in the top comment of this video. Let me know if I missed anybody. That's the video. See ya!